Hi, I'm Carrie from the Toft Alpaca Shop, and in this video we're going to be making a bobble. We're going to be making a 5-stitch bobble, but the principle is the same for however many stitches you're going to be using.
Okay, so I've got 18 stitches here. I've just undone a few, so a couple of them are going to be slightly the wrong way, but we'll work that out in a moment. I've got 2 rows of stocking stitch on my 18 stitches. I'm just going to go ahead and knit 4 stitches. You can see I'm knitting through the back loop. That's literally just because I've got my stitches slightly around the wrong way, because I just undid some. Okay, so this is the position where I want my bobble to be. I've knitted my 4 stitches. I need to make 5 stitches in this one stitch. So the key here is to make sure that your tension is relatively loose, because I'd have trouble making more than 3 stitches out of this if it was too tight. So I'm going to go ahead and knit as you would normally, and just as if you were increasing your stitches, I'm going to take my needle to the back and I'm going to knit into the back of the stitch. I'm not going to take this off to complete the stitch. I'm going to knit a 3rd time, take to the back, knit a 4th time, and then at the front a 5th time. So there we go. I've made 5 stitches out of 1 stitch. I'm just going to concentrate on these 5 stitches for the moment to make the bobble. So I'm going to turn my work, take my yarn to the back, and I'm going to slip the first stitch, and then I'm going to knit the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. I'm going to do that exact same thing twice more. So I'm going to take my yarn to the back after I've turned, slip the first purlwise, knit the next 4. And 4. There we go. One more time. Turn, yarn to the back, slip the first one, knit the next 4. There we go. Okay, so if we turn the work again, you can see, if I put my finger just there, we've got the makings of our bobble. But what we need to do now is to close that, tighten that up and fasten our bobble. So to do that, I'm going to knit 2 stitches together. I'm going to knit the next 2 together. Ooh, there we go. Almost sliding off there. And then 1 more stitch. Turn the work once more. Now I need to fasten these 3. This is the tricky part here. What I need to do is to knit these 3 together. I'm going to do that through the back loop. So I'm going to go into each of the 3 stitches through the back loop, and I'm going to pull the yarn through those. This is where it's slightly tricky. You might need to give yourself a bit of extra yarn and then tighten up your tension afterwards. There we go. I'm going to turn the work once more. When you're knitting bobbles, what you need to make aware of, because you're turning so much, you need to make sure you know which direction you're supposed to be knitting in once you've made your bobble. I know that I'm going to have my little bobbles on my knit side. So here I am. Let's slip that one onto my right hand needle, take my yarn to the back so that I'm ready to carry on knitting to the right position for my next bobble. Again, I'm knitting through the back because I haven't put my stitches on the right way round, but you get the idea. I'm going to knit 8 stitches here, and I'm just going to make another bobble just to go over what we've just done there. So here we go. Let's pop that one back on the right way. This is the stitch that I need to make 5 stitches from. So let's go ahead. 1, needle to the back, 2, needle to the front, 3. You can see I'm having a tiny bit of trouble here because the stitch must be slightly tighter than the last one that I worked on. 4, and to the front, 5. There we go. There we are. There are my 5 stitches. I'm going to concentrate on those. I'm going to turn it, slip purlwise, knit 4. These are quite tight, so I'm just going to give myself a bit of extra yarn on each stitch there. There we go. Turn again, yarn to the back, slip purlwise, knit 4. Okay, I need to do that just once more. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, come to my fastening point now. Knit 2 together, knit 2 together again, knit the last one, turn once more, and this is the tricky part again, 3 stitches, let's knit them together through the back loop, draw the yarn all the way through, there we go. Turn the work once more because we need to knit in the right direction, and I'm going to pop that onto there, bring my yarn to the back so I don't create another stitch. There we go, to the end of the row. I'm just going to go ahead and purl the next row just to show you how you need to make sure that your tension is relatively tight on this next one, or just tightened up really, because you don't want gaping holes next to your bobbles. So there's my 4, so I've come to my bobble stitch, just to make sure that one's relatively tight, and that one, and this next one as well. There we go. Let's knit. I'm just going to fast forward really and knit, purl rather, to the next bobble. Here we go. There's my bobble. Let's make sure that's relatively tight. And I'm doing exactly the same thing again. And let's knit purl, to the end of the row. And let's have a look. There you go. 2 nice neat bobbles on some stocking stitch. Now these ones are quite near the edge of my knitting here, but on a pattern they'll be much further up and they'll look a lot neater. So once I've done a few more extra rows, they'll look even neater. So now you're ready to make bobbles.